The red dust whipped into a frenzy. It became a raging beast. Visibility on Mars was now zero. The MAV, their only way home, trembled under the onslaught. The crew of the Ares 3 mission scrambled. Their mission was simple: explore Mars. Now, it was an urgent evacuation.
I fought my way through the maelstrom. I could barely see my hand in front of my face. The wind howled like a banshee tearing at me. Then, a piece of debris, ripped from its moorings, struck me. I was thrown through the air, my lifeline severed. The last thing I saw was the faint glow of the MAV disappearing into the swirling dust cloud. Then darkness, silence.
Mark Watney was a botanist and an astronaut. He was trained for the extraordinary. But this defied logic, defied hope. Limited food, no way to contact Earth. A habitat designed to last 31 days, not a lifetime. His first instinct, survive, for the memory of his crew who thought him dead.
My training kicked in. I patched my punctured suit. Panic was my greatest enemy. I had to stretch my resources. I was alone. But I was a scientist, an engineer, a problem solver, and I would use every ounce of my skill to survive.
Food, mission supplies wouldn't last. Mark, the botanist, had to grow food. On Mars, he became a Martian farmer. Martian soil was barren.
Undeterred, I improvised. I used my own waste to fertilize the soil. I created water from rocket fuel.
His ingenuity extended to his transportation. He modified the rover, adding solar panels and an airlock. Every watt of power, every liter of water, meticulously accounted for.
My potato plants thrived, a testament to my will to live.
Back on Earth, NASA mourned the loss of Mark Watney, until one day a routine satellite image showed something impossible. The solar panels on the Ares 3 hab, supposedly abandoned, had moved.
Mark Watney was alive.
The news of Mark's survival sent shockwaves across the globe. He became a symbol of hope, of resilience, his story captivating the world. NASA worked tirelessly to establish communication, their efforts hampered by the vast distance and the limitations of existing technology.
Mark, on his end, discovered the Pathfinder probe, a relic from an earlier mission. He repaired it, modified it to establish a rudimentary communication link with Earth.
Finally, after months of agonizing silence, a shaky, pixelated image of Mark Watney, waving, flashed across screens at NASA. He was alive, the world rejoiced. But the celebration was short-lived. The stark reality remained. Mark was stranded on Mars, millions of miles away, with dwindling supplies. The race to bring him home had begun. Section 5, a rescue beyond reach. The best minds at NASA worked around the clock. Every scenario, every variable was analyzed, debated.
A resupply mission was hastily assembled, a beacon of hope launched into the vast expanse of space. But fate, it seemed, had other plans.
The resupply rocket, carrying months of supplies, exploded seconds after launch. The world watched in stunned silence as the hopes of bringing Mark home went up in flames. It was a devastating setback. The enormity of the challenge, of the distance, seemed insurmountable.
Yet, from the ashes of despair rose a new hope. China, with its advanced booster technology, offered their assistance. A collaboration unprecedented in the history of space exploration began.
The world held its breath, united in their hope to bring Mark Watney home. Mark, receiving the news of the failed mission and the Chinese collaboration, remained undaunted. He had survived this long. He would survive longer. He had to. He had faith in NASA, in his crew, in their unwavering commitment to bring him home. Section 6. A Glimmer of Hope from Earth. The collaboration between NASA and the Chinese National Space Administration bore fruit. A new plan emerged, audacious in its scope, a testament to human ingenuity and international collaboration.
It involved the Hermes, the Ares 3 mission spacecraft, now on its return journey to Earth. The plan was risky, bordering on reckless. It involved a gravity assist maneuver, using Earth's gravitational pull to slingshot the Hermes back to Mars. It meant extending the crew's mission by hundreds of days, pushing the spacecraft to its absolute limits. But it was our only shot at bringing Mark home.
The decision rested on the shoulders of Commander Melissa Lewis, the Hermes captain. She knew the risks, the immense burden this placed on her crew. But she also knew that leaving Mark behind was not an option.
The crew of the Hermes, bound by duty, by camaraderie, by their unwavering belief in their mission, unanimously voted yes. We would go back for Watney. We would risk everything to bring our crewmate home.
Section 7. The Hermes' Daring Gamble. The Hermes turned back towards the vast expanse of space, embarking on a daring rescue mission that had captivated the world. The pressure was immense, the eyes of the world on them, their every move scrutinized, analyzed, prayed over.
Back on Mars, I meticulously prepared for my own role in this audacious rescue. I had to reach the Ares 4 MAV, the only spacecraft capable of escaping Martian gravity. It meant a perilous journey across thousands of kilometers of treacherous Martian terrain.
He pushed the rover to its absolute limits, its systems strained, its energy reserves dwindling. Each day was a gamble, a race against time, against depleting resources. But he couldn't afford to fail. The lives of his crew depended on it. His life depended on it.
My journey was fraught with danger. Dust storms, equipment malfunctions, the ever-present risk of my life support system failing. But through it all, I persevered, driven by an indomitable spirit, by the knowledge that my crew was coming back for me, that I was not alone.
Section 8. Homecoming and Legacy. The world held its breath as the Hermes approached Mars, its trajectory perfectly aligned for the rendezvous with Watney. Every maneuver was critical, every calculation had to be flawless. The tension was palpable, the anticipation electric.
Aboard the Ares 4 MAV, I launched myself into the thin Martian atmosphere. Below me, the red planet shrunk, becoming a distant memory.
The docking with the Hermes was tense, fraught with risk. But it was a success. Mark Watney, emaciated, weak but very much alive, was pulled into the embrace of his crew. The world erupted in jubilation. He had made it. Against all odds, he was home.